So what do the scientists say? They say something like do something 21 times and then it becomes habit.
We have a habit around here of expecting big things from the Omaha Classic Film event. The 35th tribute is this Friday.
Yeah, film historian Bruce Crawford returns, and he brought Tim Neal of the Nebraska Kidney Association with him this morning. Good to see both of you
My
this morning.
apologies, Mr. Neal. I accused you of yawning.
It was Bruce that was yawning.
It was Bruce.
Me?
Bruce was catching flies all day.
Was it the time change over falling back did it to
That's
you?
what we'll say.
I think that's what it was, right.
No
All right,
coffee.
the movie The Birds, this is a big one, right?
Real big
And
one,
who's
yes.
coming?
Legendary icon, star, the blonde, the tall blonde, icy blonde, Tippi Hedren. That's how she was billed as, and that was classic of Hitchcock. You know, he had Grace Kelly, he had Janet Leigh, he had Eva Marie Saint. You know, he had some of the great blonde actresses, Kim Novak. But what made Tippi Hedren different was because she was a model. She was not an actress, and he formed her, and he kind of became a Svengali, you might say, and that kind of caused some troubles later on, I'm afraid, between the two of them. But it's become iconic in our culture, both for film and Tippi. She's as you see, they're running with the birds. And the special effects still hold up, because those are real birds. That's
Yeah.
why, because those are not fake. Those are actual birds they use in the film.
I heard Tippi talking on the radio earlier this week, and she was talking about they were throwing birds at her at some point.
Oh, yeah.
She said it was pretty demanding.
It was. As you can see, that only Alfred Hitchcock could turn something as benign and non-threatening as a phone booth into a place of sheer terror.
Right.
Will she be speaking? And
She will speak before the
fans
film.
meet her?
Absolutely. She'll be doing some questions and answers, I imagine, on stage. And we'll have an autograph session afterwards. She'll have photographs and things she can sell, and people can get to buy and get autograph from her. And also, the United States Post Office is going to have, for the 5th time, a United States Postal commemorative envelope and stamp honoring the film unveiled on stage. 5th time
Wow.
here in Omaha, which is a great honor to have that recognition from the Postal Service.
I think the conversation with Tippi is going to be very interesting. I mean, not only watching the movie, but she's very upfront and discusses openly her relationship with Alfred Hitchcock.
Well, it turned out to be a great relationship at the beginning with the birds, but the next film they followed up with was Marnie, and not as great a film, as well-known film, obviously, as The Birds, but a good movie all the same. But their relationship soured because he became a little fixated on her, became, well, I felt like he controlled, he created her, he felt like he could control her, you know, and to some extent, I can't really speak for that, she'll have to be the one to tell the story, but that's pretty much how it comes across. But she still likes to keep a positive image of him, because The Birds is made her career, because she's known throughout the world, and she's in demand as a speaker worldwide still because of this film.
And so she'll be speaking here. You mentioned the partnership with the Postal Service back, and so is the Nebraska Kidney Association.
For the 15th time.
How does this event impact your organization in terms of support, funding?
Well, you know, it certainly provides some funding for us. It also gives us a platform to get out there and say that, you know, 1 in 6 Nebraskans is at risk of developing kidney failure. Now, that's a little over 300,000 people in Nebraska. So, I mean, we want to tell people that if they've got diabetes or high blood pressure or family history of either one of those conditions, that, you know, they should get that checked out. And we do free screenings throughout the state. People can, you know, have a renal panel done when they're at their doctor's office, but, you know, we provide it for free. You know, we want people so they don't have to deal with dialysis.
And is that something where lifestyle can make a big difference? You know, some diseases we see that.
It can, but, you know, kidney disease is known as a silent killer. You know, I've heard several times where people will say, all of a sudden I had flu-like symptoms, I go to the doctor and they said, yeah, your kidney function is to the point where you're going on dialysis in a few days.
Wow, that quickly.
Are they making progress? Are they continuing to make progress in the advancements of technology?
Well, they are, but I think the education is the key piece too. You know, we try and do a lot of things. Yeah, absolutely.
And so this event does that for you because of all the people who come. And when Bruce comes on a show like ours and talks about the events, more people, your wheels, hopefully start turning. We've got a website up now, but what's the site if you want our viewers to connect with your organization?
Well, with ours, it's kidneyne.org.
Take a minute to visit. Read up, if
and then
you would.
Bruce, with you, OmahaFilmEvent.com is a website they can go to.
Exactly.
Are you getting a lot of feedback on The Birds? I mean, this is one of those popular films.
Tremendous. I've had so many people respond with, I'm hearing from people I haven't heard from in years. And you know you've hit a nerve when you get reactions from folks you haven't heard from for a long, long time.
And you didn't even win the lottery.
I didn't even win the lottery.
What year was this? What year?
1963.
63 this was made.
And tickets are at high V, so if people, you know, we don't know how many are left, but by Friday I sure as heck wouldn't take any chances. I have a strong suspicion we'll be sold out.
And for folks to be able to see a movie like this on the big screen again, that's got to be part of the thrill.
A 50-foot, 60-foot widescreen archival print, and you have Tippi Hedren in there in front of you in person telling these stories and sharing her remembrances, or can't speak today, memories of remembrances of Hitchcock. And the love-hate relationship that went on, because it was a combination of love and hate, because it did help create a career, but it also kind of stymied her career because he kept her from really doing too much afterwards. Because she's now big with animals, especially the wild cats in Shambhala she has in north of Los Angeles. These wild cats, tigers, and lions that she's saved from circuses and zoos. It's an amazing life she's had.
Yeah, and we were taking a look at some of the film earlier, some of the clips from that film, and the special effects, you touched on
They
this
still
a
hold
little
up.
bit. Isn't that pretty incredible?
Because they're real birds.
This is the early 60s.
Yeah, but the thing is, like Hitchcock said, it's real birds, and of course, not to give away the ending for those who've never seen the ending, because it kind of leaves you hanging. And they said, well, why didn't you shoot this and this? He goes, well, if I had the car driving across the Golden Gate Bridge, I'd have to have birds all over the bridge. So, so we didn't want to go that far.
So we didn't shoot it.
We didn't shoot that scene.
What a cool event, the 35th
The 35th in
Omaha
22
film
years,
event.
my 35th event in 22 years.
It's just cool what you bring to the city.
And we're going to have Tippi Hedren in person, and we'll have on the big screen. And I'm going to have a pet bird of my own I'm bringing. He's stuffed, though.
Well, and that's something else, the word event. This isn't just a screening. There are things surrounding it. So you leave and you say, I'm so glad I did that.
There'll be people coming dressed up like Tippi Hedren, you know. You have a look at Tippi Hedren look. You can put some little black toy birds in your hair and show up, and we'll know who you are.
Oh, good. Thank you for coming in. It's great to see you. Get your tickets at Hy-Vee.
Go to Hy-Vee, folks, and see if you got them, because I'm sure they'll be gone by Friday.
Yeah, always
Bruce,
are.
thanks a lot. Yeah,
Thank you.
Good event.
Thank you.
All right.